All right, back with another cheap stereo build. And the reason we're looking at the corner of one of my rooms here is this is where I'm going to be putting this thing. So it's going right in that corner there. And this is going to be just a simple setup. I just need 2 speakers on the inside of the house, and I need 2 speakers on the outside of the house. So I don't know if you can see it right through there. There's my grill over there. So when I'm outside grilling, I'd like to have music playing. So what I'm looking for is a stereo that has a A/B speaker selection on it. So when I'm inside, I could do A speakers. When I'm outside, I could do B speakers. And this is a handy spot since if it's a day where I'm indoors, you know, there's my kitchen right over here. I can be listening to music while we're cooking, and yep, that's the plan for this one. So the reason I'm picking this spot here is due to its location. So let me show you up a little closer. So the main thing is I've got power here in this spot, but also proximity. So I'm going to put a wall penetration that goes to the outside. And the plan is to have a little table that goes right into here. And then hopefully the height of the table will be somewhere around this spot. So wherever the height of the table is, I'll put the wall penetration there. And then I can go all the way up. And I've got a shelf up here. And I'm going to take the shelf off the wall temporarily. And I'll come out there. And then I'll make a small gouge in the drywall that goes over to here. And do the wall penetration all the way to the outside here. And then another one for a little bit further down. So after that's done, I'll put the shelf back up. You won't be able to see it coming out there or the wire going across because it'll be in a trough that'll be covered up by that shelf, and then the initial point where it goes in should be covered up by the shelf that the stereo is going to sit on here. So that's the plan. Let me show you the outside. All right, so here's the outside of what you were looking at a moment ago. So where it's going to come out, we're going to have one speaker up here, one speaker here, and we'll have them mounted to the wall. Then I'll be able to listen to music while I'm grilling there. So that's the plan. I have music inside and out. So this is going to be a simple build, not very many pieces, probably just a CD player and a receiver or an amplifier, and I'll just go with that. So all right, next step is to actually find one, so let's get out there and get one. All right, after going to multiple Goodwill and ARC stores, this is what we ended up with. This is an Onkyo, and it has exactly what I was looking for. It has a selector. We're going to go from A speakers to B speakers. And hopefully it works like I think it's going to work, because it'll let you select A and B at the same time. So if you wanted indoor and outdoor speakers going at the same time, or you could just walk in and out of the house and have a seamless music experience, you could do that. It looks like it's going to let you leave both of them on if you want to do that. So hoping that functions as I think it will. As for the price, let me see if I can zoom in here. It was $24.99, $25. That would be a pretty good price, but as luck would have it, today was a white tag day, meaning anything with a white price tag was 50% off. So this was $12.50, and it came down between this one and a little Sony unit. And the Sony was a purple tag, and it would have been full price at $25. So ended up going with this guy right here. Hopefully it works good. I powered it up in the store, and it lit up, and that's about the bulk of the testing I could do in that store. So, all right, let's take a look at the front here. All right, according to the front, this is an Onkyo HT R320. And it's got a little sticker that states it is a 600 watt system across 6 different speakers. So that should be good. Should have plenty of power for what I'm wanting to do. I'm only wanting to have 4 speakers, 2 indoor, 2 outdoor. At first glance, I thought it was missing the buttons on that bottom row, but that's just how they're shaped. And they're actually on there. But I was expecting something larger when I saw that. Oh, the bottom knobs are all gone. But it's not. They're on there. And here's what we're looking at for the back side of this unit. Nothing special back here to see, but got plenty of options for hookups. And if you choose to use a digital input from your CD player, it's got that option. All right, let's get the case off and have a look on the inside. All right, here we are on the inside. Looks pretty dusty. We're going to need to clean that out. Just in case you have one of these and you're wondering what the inside looks like, here you go. All right, if you're having trouble with your unit that's like this, one of the first things you can check that's really easy are those little fuses right there. There's 2 there, and there's 2 more on the main board below that. Let me show you that. The other 2 are right down there. If you can see those right there, there's 2 there. So good things to check if you're having trouble with your unit. All right, let's see about getting some of these stickers off the top and then cleaning it up a little bit. Got one there and one there. Still got the case off the case top off the unit. Piece of cake. All right, let's get this thing cleaned up a little bit. Now the cleaner I'm using, not the best cleaner for this application, but it does work. I did get a comment on one of my other videos saying the blue Windex has got ammonia in it, don't use that. But this is what I'm using. It is the blue Windex, but this is ammonia free, so fear not. Looks like I've got one more sticker to go. I forgot that one. If you're using a heat gun, you have to be very careful on the front where it is plastic and you've got a little plastic window display here. So just barely warm it up and it should come right off. Looks better already. All right, we've got it back together, lightly cleaned. Probably needs a better cleaning. I mean, you just need to test it. I don't have the speakers for it yet. I'm still on the hunt. That's going to be difficult to find the outdoor speakers, I'm guessing, but maybe I'll get lucky at some point. I have seen them before come up. I wished I had grabbed them in the past, but anyway, just for today, just to see how this thing works, I'm going to test them with these little speakers I use for bench testing. And just so happens, they're Onkyo branded speakers as well. And before you even say it, yes, they are terrible speakers. I know that. But for bench testing, yeah, they're fine. Yeah, we're going to check the A speakers, and then I'll hook them up as B speakers, make sure I can get sound out of all 4 connections, and we'll see how we're doing with that. I brought my DVD player in from my garage. I had a garage build, if you hadn't seen that video. I'm using that as the audio source since this one doesn't have one yet. And we've got the two little speakers hooked up on either side there. And let's play a little bit of music here and see if we can get some sound out of it. The sound isn't great, but that's to be expected with these tiny speakers. These are terrible speakers, by the way, but yeah, I can't play too much of the music or I'll get a copyright strike on YouTube. But yeah, it sounds like both speakers are working, so we're going to go forward with this as a working unit. And we need to find outdoor speakers, which is going to be harder to do, indoor speakers, which shouldn't be too bad. And we also need a CD player for this thing, preferably in silver. All right, I'll wrap this video up here. This has been the part one of a new stereo build, a cheap stereo build at that. And join me for the next one once I find these pieces. All right, see ya.